I don't get it, Fenton. I just don't get it. You said that for 30 minutes. And 30 minutes more. Everywhere I go, I see his face. He's always there. Everywhere I go. Look, you can see for yourself. Jonathan Mercer, Street Guy, Love Stories, Sawyer Eastwood, Head of Science, Goes Missing, Other Phillips, Betray Me by Fighting the Cyberman, The Mad Hatter, and his real counterpart, Harry Bottoms, a sea captain, Isaac Thatch, a news reporter who was in the Harmony Circuit. Each of them pop up and disappear from memory. And then there's this man right here, Ellis Haynes. I understand this is all confusing, but a hermit toy maker could be anyone, good or evil. Are you sure it's the same person? Back in New York, something changed. Something pushed me into the multiverse, and his face is always there. So why? What? Who the hell is he?
Haynes Manor in this universe is one of the most iconic locations in Europe, but it's also very haunted. For every night, purple lights illuminate the halls, and someone goes missing. Ellis Haynes was a well-known toy maker and puppet carver. Who would want to haunt him? The Doctor and Fenton, in his pocket of course, would soon find out, as they paid Ellis a visit. The Doctor kept his guard up with Ellis as he had welcomed him to his home. But Mr. Haynes would soon be visited by Raymond Jones and his circus troupe, who ask if their puppets are ready. Along with their star attraction, Pom Pom the Clown, a life-size doll made to look human. The Doctor was surprised, but Ellis assured that he was only a puppet, one of his own creation. After his wife passed away, he wanted to create life into his puppets, so that those without joy can feel loved. A goal so moving that two members of the troupe, Jake and Gillian, were awed and inspired by it. It all seemed calm, too calm for the Doctor, but it was all about to change as Raymond wanted to take Ellis's entire stock for the show. But when Ellis refused, Raymond did the unthinkable and insulted him and his wife for being so cowardly and washed up. His drunk comment had done something to the house. Before anyone knew it, a purple light illuminated the fireplace, and the entire manor was buried deep underground, trapping everyone inside. The Doctor then asked Ellis what was going on as he shivers, telling him that ghosts are here and they have become angry and they'll stop at nothing until silence cures their anger. The Doctor, Ellis, Jake, Gillian, Raymond, and the troupe were trapped, but they would have to work together to find a way out. But this manor had more surprises, more than they had ever bargained for, as one member of the troupe named Lucy had gotten into trouble. She screamed, and they all ran to see an old woman in the basement and a weeping angel, much to the doctor's horror. Lucy was gone, and her husband Rufus wept. But the doctor demanded to know why a weeping angel was in the manor. Ellis had no knowledge of the angel being there. The ghosts had never allied with statues before, let alone angels. But before anyone could say anything, a clown horn was heard, and Pom Pom the clown was there, waving happily. Rufus furiously chased after the clown, demanding to give his wife back. The rest of the troop follow him further into the basement until they passed by an open door, and a skeleton fell through the doorway. The Vashta Narada were accompanying that room. The doctor and the others returned to the main hall to figure out their next move. Someone is controlling Pom Pom and has aliens locked in the basement. The question is who and where is that someone? The doctor asked Ellis if there were any other voices, any voices that were saying that these voices would be going. But he was too nervous until Jake and Jill helped him calm down. Ellis gathered his thoughts and said that the ghosts would take the doll of his wife and move together in the attic. But little did they know, the attic was bigger on the inside. Having had enough, Raymond points a gun at Ellis, demanding the ghosts would leave, but Ellis has no power over the ghosts. But the ghosts had power over the manor. Taking over Ellis's puppets, they attacked the doctor and the others as the attic started shifting and changing at a rapid pace. The group got separated, with Raymond on his own after pushing his partner Winslow into the revolving walls, crushing him. Jake and Jill were in another room with a bunch of kidnapped alien children. In spite of them being divorced prior to these events, the two rekindled their love. And even though none had cheated on the other, they still apologized for all the horrible things they said. The doctor and Ellis were in another room too, trapped in a room of hungry dolls. The doctor then told Ellis who he was, why does he keep seeing the face he sees now? Why does he follow him everywhere? But Ellis doesn't know. The ghosts had cursed him with that face. It got him fame, but it wasn't really him. Ellis was a broken man who can't remember his own face. Seeing Ellis break down, and after waiting for him to calm down, by helping him, of course, the doctor helps him calm down and assures him that he'll find a way to restore his form and his face. The doctor and Ellis ran into Pom Pom again, but he leads them to the true villain behind the hauntings, a giant puppet called the Baron. The Baron seeks to gather as many human souls as possible to please his master who left and never came back. And with his army of puppets, he would prepare a world of chaos in his master's stead. But the most shocking surprise was that Raymond was using Ellis's manor to harbour those lost souls for the Baron to feed on, including Jake and Jillian, who, of course, were puppets on the string before the Baron. But now that the doctor is here, the Baron's plan was almost complete, and so the Baron fired Raymond and put his soul in a doll. Ellis and the doctor evade the gaze of the Baron as they try to find a way to save Jake and Jillian and take down the Baron. The Baron thought that he had swiped away the doctor, but he accidentally broke Pom Pom, which only made him mad. Ellis made his way to save Jake and Jillian when the doll of his wife got in the way. She sounded much like his wife, but it wasn't the real deal. And Ellis used her sword arm to free the strung-up couple. The Baron had enough. As he tried to string up everyone, no one was going to deny him his destiny, to see his master. It felt like it was over. But while all this was happening, Fenton was doing something very special and guiding the TARDIS to this manor. to send all of the ghosts in the manor back to their home dimension. The attic and manor started to collapse as the Baron was ripped apart by the time vortex itself, my former domain. The Doctor, Ellis, Jake, and Gillian watch as the manor crumbles to the ground. Ellis had been trapped in that house for years, but now his wife's soul and Ellis's self were finally free, and Gillian and Jake wanted to give their marriage a second chance. All was well as the TARDIS rematerialized as he heard a voice saying, "But the Doctor's still in there." The Doctor turned around as everyone was curious of a house that was in the manor's garden. But the Doctor was met with a shock as Jake, Gillian, and Ellis exploded into a puddle of goo. And then Pom-Pom emerged from the house, where he went inside. The Doctor told Fenton to stay in the TARDIS as he gave chase into the house to ask Pom-Pom questions, but inside was a house full of puppets, and Pom-Pom's body was sitting at a table. As someone in Pom-Pom's mask unmasks himself as the real Ellis Haynes. Gotta love those gangers. Perfect flesh constructs all to keep you guessing. Same with me. I was beginning to worry that you lost your way, Doctor. Come on, sit down. I saved you a seat. You have no idea how long I have waited for this moment to see you face to face. All the disguises I put on, the acts I had to do. I'm gonna miss Pom-Pom so much. He was so very charming.
So you're the real deal?
Oh, I was always the real deal. Always will be. I've waited since the last great time war when I was locked away, cast into the void by the creator of the Cradle of Time, until rips of reality brought me back. And I've been keeping an eye on you all this time, waiting for the moment to pass judgment upon you. And what better way to do that is to observe you, learn from you, and who else better than your dear robot friend?
Fenton.
Oh, Fenton, you call him Fenton, how sweet. You named him after a dog, that is precious. A cool name for the greatest baby monitor in the universe. A baby monitor for the once great Time Lord Victorious. Going from universe to universe until he found what he was looking for, only to meet me. And now, I've managed to find something very special in this little game of cat and mouse. And I wish to harness the power of this chaotic energy, not to simply control time, but to make something anew, wipe the slate clean. And now, since you've upgraded your TARDIS, you've given me everything that I could possibly need, so thank you. And with your help, we can both ascend to greatness, just as our ancestors would want. Think about it. You, me, top of the world. The Time Lord duo.
Not gonna happen. But, okay. Since when are you, the Ronnie, interested in that power?
The Ronnie. The Ronnie, I'm sorry. It's the Ronnie. The Ronnie! Oh, that immature child couldn't keep herself from being dinner for the mad god of the Underverse. No, that's not me. No. Try again, dumbass.
If you're not the Ronnie, then who the hell are you?
Oh, I suppose you need a little bit of a hint. I can't blame you for all the travelling you've been doing recently. All that thinking has fogged up your brain, so I'll give you a little bit of a hint. My favourite names: Buttons, Isaac, Sawyer, Harry, Oliver, Phillips. Buttons, Isaac, Sawyer, Harry, Oliver, Phillips.
The bishop? You're the bishop?
I am indeed. I still am. But now, I no longer shepherd the next generation of Time Lords. Instead, I shepherd the entire multiverse into a brand new era. Free from the Chaos Collective, free from the one that's on the other side of the multiverse, and now, free from the greatest sin in all of the cosmos. I'm about to take what is mine, and then I will finally bring judgment upon the greatest of them all to achieve true enlightenment.
You were once a hero to the Time Lords. What judgment? To who is this judgment
Oh,
for?
I think you know quite well. The greatest sin. The one who's caused so much trouble. The one who even Mind's Eye feared would go rogue. And the fires of Mordor take great pleasure in your sins. The judgment I intend to pass on, Doctor, the judgment that is going to this, the one who I will pass on judgment to, is you.
Wait, no!
Now, we're at the end game.